Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday night coffee talk. I see lots of people here. Well, a few people here already. So, Carrie, Brenda, our moderator, Attila. Oh, hey, Keto Simple. Nice to see you. Oh, you'll be listening while bringing in stuff from Costco. I look forward to hearing about that Costco haul. Still sitting in the car because it's drizzling. I get it. It's been rainy here all day. Oh, let's see. So, Sharon has joined us, so nice. It's good to see people this evening. So tonight I've got quite a lot going on here, but once we get rolling, it'll be pretty quick. Here, I covered this, dropped my paper towel there. So I have my skillet, and I've got bacon grease in here. That is just because I want to make sure that our pan gets oiled up. Hey Lisa, nice to see you. Mobile but listening. And tonight's tea, I'm a little disorganized right now, by the way. Surprise. Hey Miriam and Gigi, nice to see you. Tonight's tea, we're going to be talking about amaranth. So, it's got such a nice scent. It's even though it's a flower, and I'll bring this up, and I'll probably show it again in a little while for our people who join in. There you go, this purple bud. Even though it's a flower, it kind of almost has like a pickly sort of smell. And I will tell you that when you drink amaranth tea, it does have a very earthy kind of stuff. Carrie says, you can see this is a grain tea. Technically it's a flower. Amaranth is a plant, but it does function as a grain in some aspects. You're thinking of the seeds that act as a grain. These are the flower buds. Hey, good evening, the warden. Oh, Heath's brother will be there. Okay, that's all right. We'll see you here. So, but these are the flowers from the globe amaranth plant. And we're going to just toss some in here because it takes a while to brew. And we're just going to pour our boiling water onto it. So let's see. Oh, Carrie says he's used to seeing it in cereal and also in the health food store. Right. And like I said, because in a previous life, when we were vegetarian and stuff, we had a lot of, we had amaranth, and you could cook it like a porridge, but it wasn't the amaranth flour, it was the amaranth seeds that work as a grain. And you can make it as a porridge, you can pop it like little popcorn, all kinds of really cool stuff. But this is, again, like I said, this is the flower bud. Hey Mike Sandy, nice to see you. So let's get the hot water on it. And we can talk a little bit more about the amaranth. It's sometimes kind of hard to sort out what are the actual benefits of amaranth besides kind of tasting nice. I'll tell you, most people will want it sweetened as well because it can be quite earthy. However, when I say about the benefits of it, that's because if you start looking up a lot of information about globe amaranth, it can do everything. It's like some kind of miracle plant, and that can't be possibly true. Ah, Carrie's off to get his Rubios, which, you know, is a favorite. So I'm just going to give this a little stir, and then we will just let it sit here. It'll take like a 10-15 minutes before it brews. Oh, I put my lid on. There we go. And you'll see it's barely starting to turn pink. So right now it looks pretty clear. It'll pink up a little bit in a little while. So, but some facts. Hey Renee. Oh, let's see what we've got here. Been a hot minute. Yeah, it sure has. But I knew that you got your house and that you were moving, so no surprise. How's it going? Are you exhausted or what? Let's see. Unpacking and breaking down boxes. Hey, that's a good place to be though in your move. So, yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to make, let me turn this on and start melting this bacon grease, is a hot cauliflower dip. The hot cauliflower dip It's sort of related to, but kind of a take on, and not really at the same time, the hot elote corn dip. But obviously, if you are a ketogenic eater, corn is next to impossible to fit into your food plan. But we still like lots of layered, textured dips, and we do like cheesy dips around here. So I messed with it, and I came up with using my grated cauliflower. And it's a bit more savory because, as you know, corn is very sweet and cauliflower is not. And I'm using bacon grease in here to saute a bunch of stuff up, so it's still perfect. It's just a bit more on the savory side with less of the sweetness from corn. Let's see. Oh, hey, Brenda has joined us, so now we have both Brendas. Let's see. Oh, Renee says she's tired and everything hurts, so she's going to have to get a service call because her front load washer is not working properly. Ooh, it's full of mildew and debris. Well, that's it. That won't be too hard to fix. So hopefully your appliance person can get there pretty quick. And you are home. That's right, and that's what matters. Hey, Ryquin, nice to see you. So, anyways, so take a look. You can see the tea is getting more pink. And you'll notice that I didn't use a filter, and that's because the buds are so big that they need some more room to spread out. They're not gonna like grow a whole bunch, but you can't cram enough to make a pot of tea into the filter. And I'll show you the resolution for that in just a minute. But our bacon grease has melted in the pan. So let's start putting this dip together. Let's start with 2 diced jalapenos and 3 sliced up green onions. Hey Jen, nice to see you tonight. Get all that nice ASMR, right? That sizzle. And we've got about 14 ounces of grated cauliflower that I lightly microwaved in the and we're going to go ahead and put that in so we can toast it off. And we just need this to cook for a little bit and to get all umptuous, for lack of a better word. So, clean as we go, because afterwards then it just takes moments to clean up. Now, one of the things I'll tell you is that this is a really versatile dip, because you can actually absolutely throw all of this stuff into a tinfoil pan or a deep dish pan you don't mind ruining, and then throw it in the smoker at 275 for a couple hours, and then mix it all up, and it's divine because of the smoking. You can also bake it off in the oven, throw everything in and just keep stirring it periodically. But this is it's dinner time and we are hungry and we want things that are more accessible to all people. So we are doing skillet dip. Let's see. Oh, Air Fry Nancy says she almost forgot the roast in the Instant Pot. Well, now you can get it, and then you can have your roast while we're having the live stream. Oh, Hungry Heat says I just made a cameo on next week's MS Journey video. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. To see what Air Fry Auntie has been up to in the Hungry Heat MS Journey. Let's see. Oh, and Carrie received his winnings for the 5 packs of butterscotch keto chow. Wow, hey, you've been like raking in the winnings. Didn't you also win some of those cookies? Was it cookies? I can't remember. But, well, that's cool. I really enjoyed the butterscotch that we had. And, of course, as you know, there's a super secret mystery keto chow flavor that we don't know what it is yet, but will soon, because all those Black Friday orders are shipping out. So let's see. Oh, Air Fry Annie says it's that her roast is roasting, and she almost forgot about coffee talk. I'm just kidding. That's easy to do. I almost forgot about coffee talk. I'd been working on my sweater and my eyes got tired and I just sort of like sat there for a little bit and I just zoned out, and then all of a sudden it was 6:28 and I was like, oh no, the live stream. So it's just that kind of day. So as this toast, I'll tell you a little bit more about the amaranth. The amaranth has, of course, like most flowers, are high in oxidants, but this also has vitamin C, vitamin K, vitamin B12. So there's some great things that we often find ourselves missing in our ketogenic diets. And then it also has a shit ton of calcium. You know, like when you are growing up and they make you drink like way too much milk and it's disgusting. Well, drinking this amaranth tea, a cup of amaranth tea has more calcium than a cup of milk. So, and it's delicious. If only I had known, right? Because, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it again, milk is disgusting. Yes, amaranth is caffeine free, and check with your medical professional about ingesting it because, again, it's unknown about some of the impacts, but there are things that it says that it could impact, and some of the things that are currently under study. One of those things is actually an impact to electrolytes, in that it can make you absorb your electrolytes more, which is kind of good if you're ketogenic, but also it can make your liver, it says one of the things that people talk about is it cleansing your liver. Really what it means is that for some people, if you have fatty liver, you may want to be monitored by a doctor to watch your liver enzymes. No facts around that yet. Under study as to what it can do and doesn't do. So again, it's one of those things. Anytime you try like anything that's an herb or a supplement that's new to your food plan, check it out with a health professional. But it's readily on the market, and you know, like I said, they'll tell you it'll cure everything. You know, I'm sorry, no, nothing cures everything. Some things help a lot of stuff. It is high in antioxidants, so that's another thing to keep in mind. And this is just sizzling along, looking lovely. And Keto Simple says, are people who buy the mystery flavor under embargo to keep it a secret, as well as those of us who got some last week? So usually KetOH-IO will say, please try to keep it under wraps for until Monday, or until what, you know, when they think the first round of people will start getting it, because some people get very upset. But the answer is no. Once the cat's out of the bag, you know, no worries. I actually didn't get it ahead of time because I don't have an affiliate link. But as someone that does get promotions from KetOH-IO, because when I talked to them about the affiliate link, they said, but all my friends have affiliate links. You know, I can tell people, order from the Hungry Heat channel, order from the Keto Village, order from Keto Simple, order through. So literally, all I'm doing, if I were to get an affiliate link, is taking money away from friends. And I felt bad about that. I was like, I have no problem, because I am a firm believer in KetOH-IO as an excellent addition to your ketogenic diet and your lifestyle. It's great for busy on the go. It's excellent for exercise, all of that stuff. But just like, I don't really need that. So yeah, so there you go. I didn't. So the people that they have for, because Black Friday is like super crazy, affiliates are the ones who got the signal ahead for the Black Friday stuff. So, but I will say, based on the clues, I am really, really positive that I know what it is. So it would be a flavor that other family members might super, super, super enjoy. All right. I'm just checking this. I think KetOH-IO is still working, but I also thought that since I put green onions in here, I would take the opportunity to answer his onion questions. But first I'm gonna pour my tea. By the way, check it out. Now it is vibrant pink, but no filter, and sometimes little bits of flour can float. So I've got my little strainer to pour off into my glass, just in case. And actually, I'm not getting any fines, so yay. Just leave that off to the side. All good. And look at this, my lovely light pink tea. Delightful. Air Fry Nanny asks, why do all the cats have to stay in the bag? Poor things. Proverbial cats. So let's see. Oh, Carrie says they clawed their way out of the bag. And the cauliflower's having a skinny dip. Now this is no skinny dip. We're about to add the fat. But, gosh, that's tasty. So here's the next few things we're going to add. We already put in fresh jalapeno. That's important. But the next thing we're going to add is, if you've got your peppers roasted and peeled, so they're all soft and cooked. And we're going to, I've got green hatch and then red anaheims. Anaheim peppers come in both red and green, but you want the red ones because they have developed a lot of the sweetness to it. And it does look like hibiscus tea. You guys, I can't remember. Did we talk about hibiscus last week? If not, I'm going to put it on the calendar, but I have a coffee I want us to talk about next week. So, anyway, so now we're mixing in our roasted, peeled peppers. Getting that all nice and warm. Which, by the way, if you added sausage right here, this would make a banging breakfast or hash for the side or built into your eggs. So, a versatile mix, keep that in mind. Let's see. Hey, so why don't you guys tell me about your what you did this week? Because I think I know some of us had to work on some of the holidays, but a lot of us had extra days off, or we had other things, so we had shopping. I know a lot of people love to shop for like Black Friday, etc., etc. Oh, let's see. Air Fry Nanny says she's tired, even though she went back to sleep after the Sunday morning chit chat with Keto Simple. For those of you who are here, if you don't know, Keto Simple does early morning coffee chats, and they're really nice. It's nice because you're sitting there being nice and quiet, enjoying your coffee, and just chatting online with friends. All right, so now let's start with the next thing, which is a block of your original Philadelphia cream cheese. Just dump that in there. Now I gotta wipe my hand because cream cheese got on it. All right, and then we are going to add some seasoning. The seasoning that I've got here is the tajin. This is the most important part. And this is the chili lime, which is a new container, and I didn't open it all the way. There we go. We're going to use a lot, so just take the cap off. And you want to be super generous with it. Give it a nice, good heavy sprinkle of your tajin. And just so you know, what is in tajin is chili pepper, sea salt, citric acid, and dehydrated lime. So, very tasty, and I believe it has an anti-caking agent in it too. So, we get that going. We also add, and this is like a weird ingredient, but it is super important, the juice of 1 lime. I know, sounds weird, right? But it makes the whole dip. and we're not putting it in the smoker. So in this case, you don't want to be too heavy-handed with it because it's going to be quite salty already. But I'm going to throw a little bit of smoked salt in there just to add a little of that smoky flavor. If I had hickory powder, I would use that instead. However, do never use liquid smoke. It's vile. So let's see. What do we got here? Oh, Carrie cooked a turkey, and that's all he did for Turkey Day. Hey, that's not bad, though. Especially because turkeys are nice. Let's see. Carrie says he'll look one up, wondering what kind of tea kettle he can get. Of course, he has a stone one that he can use on the stove. Actually, that would be just fine. You can use any tea kettle. Oh, Brenda says she was lucky to have days off, and she bought many gifts and binged on some YouTube. So let me get this started with mixing as my cream cheese melts. And then we'll be getting close to ready for the next couple steps. I'm going to turn the skillet down just a smidge because we don't want things to burn. We want things to mix together and get melty. So anyways, this is a great, I've been in like party cooking mode because it's just the season. Potlucks, get-togethers, college football, pro football, sports this, sports that, video game adventures, lots of wrestling parties. Not like wrestling people watching wrestling on TV. Let's not make it dirty. Oh, Keto Simple says he also took a nap today. I should have taken a nap. I was like really feeling off a little bit earlier. All right, here's the next thing. Sour cream, a generous quantity. So there we go with our cultured foods. Give it a quick mix in. Don't have to worry too much about that because more is going to happen here. So like I said, and all that tajin, it's getting super nice. Settling down just a smidge. Alrighty. Now we have 2 more ingredients. Yes, and Jen is asking if the Amaranth tea makes good iced tea. It's fantastic iced. I'm gonna also, I've got another video for midweek, but I've got a couple of drinks to make with the Amaranth and the butterfly pea tea, so keep an eye out for that, and they are both iced, so that'll be nice. Alright, so the next one is the cotija cheese, crumbled very fine, so like snow. You really want to go ahead and throw it in your food processor or the little blender, but this is very important. This is a non-substitute cheese. Throw that in there. And then the last cheese, I've got the chihuahua cheese, which is a light cow's milk cheese. Very, very gentle, but you can absolutely use Gouda, pepper jack, Monterey Jack. Just get yourself a nice melting cheese. Throw it all in there. Told you, just a party in a pan. So, but yeah, so you want a good, like I said, the reason you want a nice melting cheese is because, well, it's melting into a dip. So you don't want, you want nice cheesy pull. You don't want clumpy separating cheese, if that makes sense. Well, that's why I mentioned certain cheeses, like, and that's why the cotija is important. And also, cotija is a salty, briny sort of flavor, and that belongs in this particular dip. But like I said, the chihuahua cheese, because again, it gets stringy and will give us that beautiful cheese pull without becoming clumpy or greasy. There's going to be some grease because we used bacon grease, and cheese has a lot of fat, as does cream cheese and sour cream. But let me go ahead and turn this onto the warm, and you can see now there is our delicious cheesy dip. You know, that doesn't really look as sexy as I might want it to. But there we go. And that is your dip. If you did this in the smoker or in the oven, what you could do now is take some more of that cotija cheese, sprinkle it on top, and then put it into broil. But in the skillet, you just mix it all together. Let's see. Keto Simple says, yes, definitely join in on Sunday mornings if you're up early enough to hang out and chat. Let's see, the iced tea. Jen says she's ready for a nap now. Tell us about your day, Jen. I was excited earlier when we were chatting. If you don't mind. I mean, you don't have to. I don't mean to put you on the spot. Oh, Carrie's copying books from his laptop to the Kindle. Nice. We loved our Kindle. I haven't used it in a really long time, though. And then Carrie says now he can be super cheesy with his jokes. You sure can. Anytime. You don't have to wait for me to be cheesy. So, but, like I said, now here is our dip. And let me just scoop some here. And bring this up so you can see. Oh, almost knocked a piece of glass. Let's see. So there is the dip. So you see it's got all those colorful flecks in it from the peppers. And of course the nice thick cheesiness. I've got an assortment for my, and like I said, the other thing you can do is I have one of those mini crock pots. Scoop that in there, keep it in there, and just give it a stir every so often. Delicious. Oh, Keto Simple says he's always ready for a nap. The more he sleeps, the more sleep he gets, the more he wants. Oh, you might check your electrolytes. Let's see. Carrie says the actor that played the Scarecrow on Wizard of Oz won an award since he was outstanding in his field. Oh my gosh, that one's a stinker, but also delightful. So I thought I would show you how versatile this dip is. I have a little bit of Quest chili lime dip, or chili lime chips, some pork rinds, and then some of the nacho cheese hilo chips. So let's try the Quest ones first, since it's the same, the chili lime. I haven't had my dinner yet, and suddenly I was like super hungry, and I just got like a lot of, I'm like drooling. So let's see. It's so good. Oh my God. I'm sure that if you are not a ketogenic eater, you're going to be disappointed by the lack of corn. But if you're a ketogenic eater, oh my God, it's amazing. And I'm pretty sure non-keto people would eat it as well and not even question it. They would probably be surprised or shocked that it's cauliflower. Oh, Jen says Thanksgiving meal was good, but the low-carb bread doesn't make the best stuffing. She'll make regular bread going forward. The chayote squash apple pie filling was the best. I agree with you. I will tell you though, that porky good stuffing recipe is amazing. Like, I would serve it to non-keto people because it's really good. So if you want to stay low carb, you might try that. It's really good. Oh, you still have a whole pumpkin cheesecake that you didn't break into. But the thought of food right now, I get it, because after we went to Hot Pot, we came home and I was like, my stomach, I'm just gonna sit here quiet. And it was great. So let's do a pork rind. Oh yeah, it's so delicious. I'd like to compare pumpkin cheesecake recipes because I have one that I make in the Instapot and it's pretty good, but it's kind of a lot of effort. So we hardly ever make it. Oh, Air Fried Annie says she ate all her pork and good stuffing and several thought she put sausage in it. It does. It gets kind of a sausage stuffing bend to it. which personally I enjoy because I liked sausage stuffing beforehand. Oh, Mike Sandy wants to know about a quality keto bread pudding over a stuffing. Yes and no. I think I've got something for you, but it's been so long I can't remember if I loved it or not. I will tell you that the egg white bread makes a passable bread pudding, but it's just not quite. It's not quite there. So, but I feel like I had a really good bread pudding, and I just can't place what I used in it. So, I have to think about it and look through my old notes. In my, I have a notebook. I know, like a crazy person. So let's try the high-low chips now. Let me get one that's not so big so I can buy it. Now they're all big. Okay. I know a lot of people can't have the high-low chips because there's a lot of almond sensitivity, but I think that I don't have an almond sensitivity. I'm allergic to everything else. So darn it, I'm going to enjoy me a high-low chip. I think it's the best of all the keto chips. Let's see. Gosh, it's just so good. Let's see. Air frying Auntie says she's reheating some tonight to go into a saute. Oh, she's going to saute it in a cast iron in butter to have with a roast. That sounds great. Oh, you didn't like the pork and good stuffing? Oh man, I thought it was fantastic. Well, we'll keep trying. I think we'll have to now I'm like, we have to experiment. You know what the truth is though? I want that high-end quality that has that stovetop flavor, but like better, like it tastes like, you know, but more homemade. So, but yeah, you're right. And also, I will tell you, gluten-free bread in stuffing is disgusting. Gluten-free bread sucks. Fortunately, most of it's not keto, and also most of it is made with rice, which was the surprise of the of this year, to turn out to be like less than 1% of the populace in the western part of the hemisphere who's allergic to rice. Yeah. Thanks a lot, man. The dip is so good. I just want to eat it with like by the spoon. So let's see. Jen says she plans on mixing some of the leftover stuffing with an egg and popping it in the waffle maker, then topping the waffle with turkey, gravy, and mashed potatoes. Oh, carnivore mashed potatoes. Is that the egg ones? You know, I gotta ask because I just was like, all I could taste was egg, and I followed all the instructions, and I did share it with a few people, and it was like 50-50. Some people were like, this is amazing. Are you telling me this was made with eggs? And they couldn't taste the egg. And then there was like it was like 50-50, and yet as people who like instantly took a bite and said, who are you joking giving me this mushed up egg? So I feel like that's got to be related somehow to taste receptors. It makes me want to check, because like it makes me wonder if there's overlap with people who can eat cilantro and taste soap or not taste soap, or people who can eat rosemary versus people who find rosemary so intensely perfumed that it tastes like they're drinking from grandma's old, from 1950s grandma's perfume bottle. So it's weird, right? I find that infinitely fascinating how taste receptors work, because they make it sound like we're all the same when they're like, oh, everybody has 5 taste receptors. Salt, sweet, bitter, etc. And I'm like, but they all don't work the same way because people don't taste food the same way. And Jen says, yes, she likes the egg mashed potatoes. So you're in the side that probably can't taste the egg. Whereas for me, it was like a punch in the face with eggs. And I was like, well, maybe I'd better mix some mustard and mayo in here and roll it up in a lettuce leaf to make a wrap for like egg salad. But only that wasn't chunky enough. Oh, air fried auntie has the rosemary is too strong. Isn't that bizarre? I know that there's got to be genetics involved. I mean, I guess there doesn't gotta, but I feel very strongly that if I looked it up, I could learn that. Or, like I said, I can't remember the name of it. Starts with a P. Attila, our moderator on here, his taste is very subdued. A lot of times stuff that we have to add so much seasoning to it that it is way strong, and way strong for me, and he can barely taste it because his sense of smell, he can't detect rot, and that is a thing that is with your sense of smell, and so it does. So I'm just saying, so like some of the stuff doesn't impact him in the same way. Oh, Mike can't eat sage, tears up his stomach. Oh man, that would kill me because I love sage. I have 3 kinds of sage in my front yard herb garden. I will remember that though. That way if I ever cook to take something, because we eventually will go to a party together again. Well, not together, but show up at a potluck or something. I'll make sure that I make a version of something that doesn't have sage. Oh, and Air Fried Annie says she has the cilantro gene, so it tastes like salt, like soap, right? I love cilantro and I can eat it no problem. So, like, yeah. In fact, cilantro would be nice in this dip, but I didn't have any and I wasn't going to go buy some. It's not the right time of year for cilantro anyways. And Carrie says he doesn't have a good sense of smell since his childhood, and he just ate a lot of stuff before a carnivore. That's interesting, and I bet that maybe that's related to some of the other issues that you have. It might be a defense mechanism your body is putting together. I have no scientific fact for that, so I'm just making shit up now. So don't take it as a, fact. It's a theory. Oh, Air Fried Nanny says yes, it tastes like soap, but also gives her horrible heartburn. That's interesting. Sorry, I had to eat more food. It's so good, you guys. So yeah, anyways, so now I'm going to talk about myself. So as you know, because I've said it like 900 times, we went to Hot Pot, the all-you-can-eat hot pot place here on Thanksgiving Day, and it was great. It was a dinner service all day, so we were able to order the steaks, and I know that they had a sugary substance painted on them, but I didn't care. I enjoyed it anyways, and I ate so many short ribs that by the end, when I was like, I would like one more short rib, they gave me a look like, really? Like, where are you putting all the short ribs, lady? But and then the short ribs come in 2 because it's the flanking ones and they're long strips. And I kept ordering them, and the last one, I was like, great, 2 more will be just right. And they brought me a plate with 3 on them. We had pork belly, we had brisket, we had flank steak, we had tongue and lamb. I did get the Spam so I could grease up the griddle, the Korean barbecue griddle with it. Other people at the table did order some vegetables. They got bok choy, a couple kinds of mushrooms, and I forget what else, but there were several vegetables as well, which I didn't partake because I just was I was chowing down. I had 2 of their steaks, which is technically the size of like a half of a normal steak, because they're really only like a 1/4 inch thick. So, but 2 of those plus all the short ribs plus the pork belly. Oh, I also had a couple plates of beef belly as well. So I went to town. But let's see. So that was Thursday, and then Friday I was like, I gave up because there's a crochet project that happens every year by one of the designers that I enjoy, and she put out the information, but the yarn that she posted that was designed to use was not in stock anywhere in the city, and I'd been trying to get it, and finally on Friday I was like, fine, I'm just gonna get this other yarn and rework it, you know, change my hook size and everything to make it be the right yarn to make my little sweater. Like, I just gave up. And then of course, while I'm like, well, it's also Black Friday though, so I don't want to just like freewheel into the store. I'm gonna order it online and go and pick it up in the locker. So, but I went to order, and suddenly the yarn I needed was actually in stock. So I right quick ordered that, but it wasn't ready for ages, probably because they were slammed. So for shame on me for ordering on a Black Friday, but I needed it. So I went and I picked it up. By the time I picked it up, it was like late in the day, like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And then I finally started, and everybody else is on day 3, and I was like right at the very beginning. So I'm still 2 days behind technically, but I'm actually, now that it is Sunday, I have completed day 3, and tomorrow at work is a full day workshop. So I will be in a meeting where I am mostly listening, and because it is a workshop with about 150 people, there will not be cams, and I just have to listen, and it's one that we go through once a quarter for some regulatory reasons. So I could practically recite it after going to this once a quarter for about 10 years. So let me see, and so I figure I might actually be able to catch it up and finish it off by Tuesday. Let's see, let's see, Renee says tons of boxes broken down and strategically placed for maximal trash can Jenga. Of course, she had to make a small obligatory box cutter finger slice. Always good. Oh yeah, every time. And Jen says, stop the process. She just saw a recipe idea she needs to try. Keto jalapeno popper pizza. Oh, yes, we need to make that. Oh, wait a minute. What if we made those jalapeno popper empanadas instead of pizza? I do have one of those mini empanada presses. With that recipe, does it say what kind of dough they're using? I'm curious. Let's try another Quest chip. Oh, still fantastic. And Rickwin is also impressed. Took several years to unpack some boxes when they last moved. Probably should have got rid of some of them before moving. Yeah, well, I was just saying, every so often, I think it would be nice to move to a bigger house, or a more modern house, or someplace, you know, more central to where we like to bike. And then I look at all of our crap, and I'm like, no, we're not moving again. We're going to die in this house. Because the idea of having to get this house and everything in it packed up and moved someplace else, no, forget it. All right, so fathead dough. Jen says the jalapeno popper pizza is fathead dough. I'm telling you now, I'm here in jalapeno popper empanadas. Or, well, we'll call them hand pies because they technically wouldn't be... They technically wouldn't be pizza. Oh, it was from All Day Dream About Food. Yeah, Carol is great. I love her recipes. But I never follow them. All Day Dream About Food, Carol, that is who made those collagen chocolate muffins that we made that one time. They were, what were they? Collagen and flax. They were really good. Oh, and Renee says the 1950s home isn't much on bathroom storage. True. Is the wall tiled? Because some of those have the wall tiling all the way across. That matches the tile that's in the shower space. If not, you could install light shelving, but also make sure that where the toilet is, that you get one of those over the toilet shelving units, and then you will have a better storage situation there. Those are really nice, and you can get some that are very attractable. Oh, and Renee said, oh, she's on the hunt for affordable but decent looking, not see-through bathroom drawers. Okay. All right, so that's okay, so not open like I was just suggesting. Oh, never mind. Joe also says the same thing. A rack over the toilet. Built shelves there and have some storage there. Yep. Carrie says he's trying to figure out that he's going to figure out how to stay in his home. He has blue tiles all in the bathroom in his house. Yeah, you know what? They look great. So, but sometimes they're not the best when you have to install things like new handles, etc. Oh, and Renee says she needs drawers for face care that isn't out in the open. Oh. I think I know some. I think IKEA might have a couple units. I'm not 100%. I'll double check. It probably won't be until Tuesday before I get free time to do that, because I have to get my sweater caught up. Sorry. But, oh, and then, but Renee says she went to Ross and found a ton yesterday, far more affordable, $24 for over the toilet rack too. Yeah, our over the toilet rack was not that expensive, but we probably could have spent more and gotten one that was fancier. We just got stainless steel. But it does the job, and it works great. So, this is a weird conversation we're having, you guys. I'm going to have, back to the high-low chip. The high-low chips are my favorite. So, actually, I lie. I say the high-low chips are my favorite. The crackers that are my favorite are just, I'm too lazy to make them. But I really like the cheese ones, you know, where you blend the cheese together with a little bit of coconut flour and some salt, and then you just roll it out and slice it and then bake it. That's my favorite. But, and it would be fantastic with this dip, but it's already a lot of cheese. Oh, and Renee says she did see some, but they're particle board, and being in the bathroom probably wouldn't hold up. Yeah, all the dampness of a bathroom, especially, and steam from like the shower would probably get the particle board in short time flat. Carrie said he's never had the high-low chips. They must be high then low. Yeah, I think the high-low chips probably are not good for you though, Carrie, because they're made from almonds, so it's almond flour. All right, and then Rickwin says that they had a clear plastic with lids that they found on Amazon. And Brenda says she needs open shelves, otherwise she forgets things exist. That is actually really common, by the way. A lot of people need things with high visibility. And, you know, that's especially like how things get lost like in the fridge because stuff stacks from front to back. And then Brenda says she bought some of the Aldi crackers because she didn't have the bandwidth to make any. Hey, it all works. But I am hearing the message of not clear. And I do think that I've seen some things, so I'll have to look some of it up. But now I'm interested because I do have a spot where I actually need something similar. So. And then Carrie says, yes, for all the stuff he stays away home from. Just like when he was told he could have walnuts from the church and they would tell me they're protein when he knows that's not the case. And Renee says she likes some shells, but some stuff just needs to be tossed in closed drawers. Yep, no, I get that. Like I said, I do. In fact, oh, actually, you know what you need? You need an old-fashioned, oh, what is it called? The word just went away. Oh, help me out. Not apothecary. Anyways, it's a cabinet for like, it's wood cabinet and it has like it's wood and it has all the little drawers. Looks similar. Maybe it is an apothecary cabinet. That doesn't sound right. Oh, I've lost it. I'll remember later and then I'll post it. I can picture it in my head. It would be perfect. Hey Carrie, no worries. We talk about food here all the time. You can rant about walnuts. So, but yeah, and you're right. I mean, walnuts are a small source of protein, but if you can't have nuts, you can't have nuts. Uh, but you know, people mean well, and so I usually just say thank you, and then I take it and I donate it somewhere else. And then Rickman says, one of those cabinets like drawers in a library cabinet. Yes. And I just like the word for it has completely gone out of my head. It's killing me. When I remember it, I'll post it in the comments section. It's not a vanity. Although a vanity might work for Renee. Well, I don't know, not in the bathroom, because 1950s bathrooms are tighter on space, so they need to be more, let me see. I'm just gonna say it starts with an A, but I'm pretty sure it's not apothecary, even though it's medicine related. It's more magic-y. But my brain is just doing one of those things, like, you know, when you absolutely know something, but no matter how much you think about it, that word is gone. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. But shoot, man, it's just killing me too. Is it an alchemy cabinet? Hey, Attila, can you look that up? Check apothecary cabinet or alchemy cabinet, and then I'm sure you know exactly what I mean. It's like the wood, and then it has all the little drawers. I don't even know if Attila is paying attention tonight. He might be doing other stuff because we got to get ready for work tomorrow. And he's been actually doing stuff, rearranging his office and really cool stuff that needs done. So he might just be ear hustling, which is cool. And Renee says, yeah, the measurements on things are so crazy and not parallel in areas, but loves the quirks. Yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot of appeal in 1950s homes. We actually have a really good friend who has made a 1950s kitchen, including the vintage stove and everything. It is really cool. Okay, and sticking to the dark academia and Nordic theme. All right then, I think we got you. Yeah, oh, Airfryer Nanny says yes, an alchemy cabinet. Okay, very cool. So, anyways, what else was I telling you guys about? Oh yeah, so I got my yarn, working on my sweater, and then Attila says it is apothecary cabinet. I don't know. Could be both. You need both. One apothecary cabinet and one alchemy cabinet. So let's see. And Brenda says her memory for names of things left with her estrogen. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. You know, menopause is hard on the memory. Very much so. So both alchemy and apothecary come up on the cabinets. So we'll just have to look out. Oh yeah, and Renee says she's had her eyes out for apothecary cabinets for a coffee station or the entryway. Ooh, that would be nice. Okay, the tea is great. I'm really pleased that I'm having the amaranth tea. Almost a little bit peppery. That's bizarre, right? And Air Friday says, yep, many, many drawers. That's the best part, is that it has so many drawers. And then Carrie says we can put our sage in the alchemy cabinet since it's a wizard. And Mike says he thinks apothecary is right with the drawers. It probably is. Maybe I was just crazy. I don't know. Oh, and Air Fry Nanny says an old postal cabinet would be cool too. It would. That would be awesome. Look, we're all just shopping for Decorate Renee's home. Like, you know, hey Renee, we're gonna just take care of it for you. And absolutely not, Renee. Do not be sorry. You didn't hijack the chat. I ran with it, and we had an interesting chat. It's not like I've got something better to talk about. So, In fact, actually, I will tell you though that I meant to bring over to the kitchen and I forgot it beforehand. My what I got from Kickstarter this week. It was some role play game books with deep magic. So I'm looking forward to reading those. It was by Cobalt Press. I was kind of sad. I was excited to get those books, but when I saw that it was Cobalt Press, I got super excited because I also backed one of their Kickstarters for the new revision with the all-in everything, Cobalt's Ate My Baby, which is an RPG, and it is lightweight, ridiculous tomfoolery. It is instead of evil, angry, koboldy people eating monsters, these kobolds do eat everything and people and babies too, but they're stupid. And it's just like hijinks and shenanigans because you're not smart enough to actually do things. You have rudimentary language, and it's just really, really hilariously ridiculous. And I was excited, and I thought that was the Kickstarter coming, but it wasn't. So, bummer. And Renee says she saged her house the night before moving. So let's see. Oh, Carrie says he tried for a laugh with a sage joke and it bombed. You know what? I just have a lot in my head, so it didn't necessarily take to me. Mike Sandy says, old library card shelves repurposed for a bathroom, perhaps. That's entirely possible. That would be kind of interesting, too. But I worry about, I don't know, I think they have interior railings that might be difficult to work with. Not all of them do, though, so yeah, lots of good options. So Renee, you're making a question face. What is that question? You'll have to give me more information. See, Carrie says he was looking at his local comic book store for a laugh, for maybe a job, and they host Warhammer. Oh man, Warhammer. Boy, you touched a nerve, Carrie. Warhammer. I'm not gonna mortgage my house. Warhammer, especially, is like the most expensive game out there. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. I don't know how people get into Warhammer because, boy, it's so expensive. It's more than all the magic put together. Oh, in response to Mike, okay. Oh, alchemy is a more open space storage, and the apothecary is right with the lots of little drawers. Cool, I'm learning things. This is exciting to me. Let's see. And then Rickwin says, now we just need basil or lavender. Ooh, lavender is really lovely in the house, by the way. You can simmer it off, and it comes out really nice. Kind of brightens the whole place up. All right, everyone, I'm going to go finish my dinner. I hope that you continue having an amazing time getting all settled in your new home, Renee. Congratulations. And I will see a bunch of you in the next few days. I do have a couple videos coming up. And then, yeah, I mean, that's it. I've got a couple of videos coming up. I look forward to, and I'll get those out. I'm excited to share my beef soup with you. It's super, super simple and easy. So, all right. I will talk to you soon. And I'm into antique furniture stuffs, Renee, so I've got all kinds of things to send you. Not physical things, but idea things that you can research to see if you like any of it. So, all right. I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.